carbon dioxide will join with water to form carbonic acid, H2CO3, which will break into hydrogen and bicarbonate. Bicarbonate will go to the blood and chloride will come into the cell. From the cell, it will come into the lumen. Okay, so the point here is carbonic anhydrase. What is this enzyme, carbonic anhydrase? Enzyme is a substance which will facilitate an activity, increase the speed of activity, will help the activity to happen. Okay, where this enzyme carbonic anhydrase will make it very fast. The joining of carbon dioxide and water, it will be made very fast, so that H2CO3 is made faster, which breaks into H and HCO3. Now, the functions of distal convoluted tubule and collecting tubule are the cortical collecting duct, which we call as, it is explained in this picture, sodium, chloride, calcium, magnesium will go out. At the same time, what happens is, hydrogen will go into the lumen, potassium will go into the lumen. Okay? Then what happens? Sodium and chloride will go out of the lumen into the interstitium. So these are the principal cells. So this is the part. Distal convoluted tubule, cortical collecting duct. Okay? So sodium, chloride, calcium, magnesium, all what your body wants is taken. What your body does not want is given. Okay? The primary active secretion of hydrogen occurs through the luminal membrane of intercellated epithelial cells of late distal convoluted tubule. Note, for one bicarbonate ion absorbed, for each one hydrogen ion secreted. So chloride ion is passively secreted along with the hydrogen ion, which we have seen in this diagram. Chloride ion is passively secreted along the hydrogen. Okay. Now we go to the last parts of the nephron. Medullary collecting duct, MCD. Although medullary collecting duct reabsorbs less than 10% of the filtered sodium and water, they are the final site for determining the urine output of water and solutes. Okay? They reabsorb water controlled by antidiuretic hormone. They reduce the urine volume and concentrating most of the solutes in urine. They are permeable to urea, reabsorb into the medullary interstitium. They increase the medullary interstitial osmolarity. They cause secretion also. Secretion by secondary active transport. Thus, MCDs also play a role in acid-base balance. From proximal convoluted tubule to the initial part of the distal convoluted tubule, all the reabsorption is obligatory. What do you mean by obligatory? Compulsory. In late DCT, hormones determine reabsorption. Beautiful. For example, the antidiuretic hormone is more. It will go and it will cause more water to be reabsorbed. In fact, there is something called aquaporins. Aquaporins are like virtually drilling a hole in the cell. Aqua means water. Pore means opening. Aquaporins are like just putting a tube and inserting a tube into these hormones can virtually facilitate this mechanism of water reabsorption. They can induce the formation of aquaporins so that they virtually drill a hole in the cell so that from the lumen it is putting a pipe and taking everything inside. So whenever the body wants to reduce urine loss of water in the urine, it will produce antidiuretic hormone. It will put a big break, take everything inside. At the same time, let us assume you have gone to a marriage party. Lot of cool drinks are available there. Variety of cool drinks. You are drinking cool drinks. You are drinking one fluid, one drink. Very nice it is. Then another flavor, another thing is there. Again you are drinking. Then your friend is joining with you. He says, let us drink this juice. This is very nice orange juice. So you are drinking more amount of water. So what to do with you at that day? So when you go home, you will be passing more and more amount of water because you have excess water in your body. At the same time, let us assume you are going in a desert safari. Suddenly your car is broken and you don't have any water to drink. You are in the middle. You have called your friend who is at 200 kilometers away. He said he will come in 4 hours. So he is coming, driving and you are alone. You feel the water has to be conserved in your body. You don't want to pass more urine here. Now what happens? The body will conserve antidiuretic hormone, aldosterone, everything will come, and they will try to take the sodium, the water, everything from the tubular lumen back into the blood. God's creation is beautiful. What is really, this is the last place. If you don't do anything here, it will go. So the final place where the mechanism can be modified, hormones will come into act. It is like the climax of a movie. Climax, if you allow anything to pass, the distal tubule will go into the toilet. So here what happens, the antidiuretic hormone and the aldosterone, all those drilling, all those people will come and they will take whatever is needed back into the blood. Okay, if you don't work here, there is no place for you to work. It will go into the ureter, urinary bladder, urethra, toilet. Okay, and this is a function of the medullary collecting duct. Sodium reabsorption, chloride reabsorption, antidiuretic hormone if it is present, more and more water reabsorption, urea reabsorption, bicarbonate reabsorption, hydrogen secretion. Okay, finally when you see this slide, you have to spend lot of time in this slide before going for an exam, because it clearly shows the glomerulus. This is afferent arteriole, efferent arteriole. Coming is afferent, going is afferent. Coming afferent. When you come from college, from your home to the college, it is afferent. When you go from the college to the home, it is efferent. Okay, so this is the proximal convoluted tubule. This is the loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, collecting tubule, and this is the urine. You can see here 180 liters is coming here. 125 ml per minute GFR. 180 liters per day. If everything, this 180 is allowed to go in the urine, you will die within minutes. You will pass excessive amount, 20 to 30 liters of urine. And even if you keep on drinking water, the person will be totally dehydrated and he will die. What is this disease? Diabetes insipidus, where your ADH hormone is not there. Loss of ADH hormone, diabetes insipidus. Then diabetes mellitus, when glucose is more there, more urine. When ADH is not there, excessive urine and catastrophic problem for the health. Death can also happen. That is called diabetes insipidus. Okay, DIA it is called. Now what happens? 125 ml, 180 liters per day, 125 ml per minute is crossing here, and then it goes through the various parts. Proximal convoluted tubule, 65% is reabsorbed, and then comes to the loop of Henle, where 15% of water is reabsorbed, and then comes to the distal convoluted tubule, 10% is reabsorbed, and then to the collecting tubule, 5 to 9% is reabsorbed. So 65 in the proximal convoluted tubule. Let us put some numbers. 65 here, 15 here, 65 plus 15, 80. And distal convoluted tubule 10, 90. And in the collecting duct 9, 99. So what is remaining? 1. So 125 ml per minute, 180 liters per day is filtered in the glomerulus, but only 1%, less than 1%, actually speaking, less than 1% is going in the urine. So daily urine output is 1500 ml, which is, in other words, 1 ml per minute. So GFR is 125 ml per minute. Urine output is 1 ml per minute. So you understand the greatness of God. 125 is filtered, 124 is taken, 1 ml is allowed per minute to go in the urine. This is physiology. This is the creation of the Almighty God. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.